Consumer Reports is one of those organizations we trust when it comes to making big purchases such as cars, household appliances, equipment, even mattresses. And they just put out a list of the best 3-year-old cars to buy, and it's a very intriguing list. I have the list. I'm going to go through the list and share my thoughts with you on this list. It's a solid list, and I want you guys to like this video, subscribe to the channel. My name is Don. You're watching The Better Car Guy. Let's jump right into the list and see what's on it. So there are many reasons why someone would choose to buy a slightly old car over a brand new car. New cars are very expensive, and even if you have the money to buy the car, in this current environment, interest rates are very high. So sometimes it kind of makes sense to buy something that's slightly new, meaning anything from 5 to maybe 3 years old. And I did a video not too long ago saying that the average car on the road is about 12.2 years old. And a lot of you guys commented on that video with cars that were a lot older than that. So do me a favor, in the comments of this video, tell me what year, make and model car you have and how old that car is to kind of test out that theory. But we're going to be looking at a list of cars that were made in the last 3 years that Consumer Reports has recommended that people buy. And there's a reason why you may want to buy one of these newer cars. One, you get the benefit of depreciation. So the person who bought the car first, they would take the biggest hit in depreciation because the rate of depreciation is probably greater in the first 5 years of car ownership. So when you buy the car, you're getting it at a discount. Two, a lot of these cars are coming off lease. So they're pretty much well taken care of. They're going to have their oil changes and services done. Three, a lot of these cars, if they had major problems, a lot of those major problems would be recalled within the first 3 to 5 years, so you won't have to deal with it. Four, a lot of these cars have technology that is pretty much in current cars, or brand new cars coming out, so you get the latest in infotainment as well as GPS and other stuff like that. So let's just jump right into the list and start covering the list. Now, there are a few things to note about this list. So with regards to this list, over 60% of the cars on the list are from Toyota and Lexus. Not a surprise. Over 80% of the cars on the list are from Asian manufacturers. I think we have one manufacturer from Germany, one from Sweden. There are 3 American brands, but no American brands in the compact or mid-size luxury car segment. So let's just jump into the list and we'll talk through all of the cars. Okay, so we're going to start off with the cars in the compact category, and unsurprisingly, there are no American cars in this category. I think a lot of American car companies abandoned this space a while back, with Ford having stopped making the Fiesta and other small cars. GM also may have 1 or 2 cars, but for the most part, the Americans have pretty much given up on this space. The first one on the list is the Honda Civic. Everyone knows the Civic. These cars go anywhere from $18,800 to $41,975. Then we have the Mazda 3. Those are around $15K to $24K. The Toyota Corolla, and there's a hybrid model of that as well. That goes anywhere from $17,000 to around $22,000. And then the Toyota Prius, the Prius Prime, those start around $20,000 to around $26,000. And remember, these are cars that are around 3 years old, so there's going to be a lot of variability in price. So the next segment we're going to be looking at is called the mid-size to large segment, sedans predominantly. And again, no Americans in this segment. For the most part, we have the Hyundai Sonata, which is starting from anywhere around $18K up to around $24,000. Toyota Avalon, which is anywhere from $25,000 to around $32,000. And then the Toyota Camry, which is anywhere from $22,000 up to around $29,350 if you're looking to get one of those that are about 3 years old. So in the luxury segment, this is where we see our first entrant from Germany, but for the most part, this segment is dominated by the Asian brand. So going down the list, we have the Acura TLX, which is anywhere from around $26,000 to $37,000. Then we have the BMW 5 Series. Those go anywhere from $27,250 all the way up to around $46,000. And then we have the Lexus ES, which is anywhere from $27,250 up to around $34,000. There is a lot of depreciation in that space with the luxury cars. I was very surprised when it came to the sports car segment because there's only one car recommended in that segment. I was expecting to see some models from like Porsche and, you know, some of the other companies that make dedicated sports cars. So the only model recommended in this segment for the sports cars is the Mazda MX-5, the beloved Miata, and that goes anywhere from $18,000 to around $25,500. The small and compact SUV segment is a very competitive one, and I think that's where a lot of the Americans tended to go to, and I believe there are no Americans on this list to begin with, but it's very competitive. There are about a baker's dozen. There are 13 different cars in this segment recommended by Consumer Reports if you're looking to get one of these that are about 3 years old. The notable ones to look at is the BMW X3. That's about $25,000 to $47,000. The next one I would highlight on that list is the Mazda CX-5. It's a very sharp-looking SUV. And then the very last one would be the XC40 from Volvo, and that's around $23,000 to $27,000. So now we're going to the segment where we're starting to see some American presence, and this is the mid-size and large SUVs, and there are about 9 different models in this recommended list. And the first is the GMC Acadia, which is around $21,000 to $32,000. We have the Honda Passport and Pilots. Those are around $26,000 to around $32,000. We have the Lexus RX, which is around $33,000 to $42,000. Lincoln Nautilus, $23,550 to $38,900. The Toyota 4Runner, I own one of those. It is around $30,000 to $47,875. And then the Toyota Venza, which is around $26,000 to around $30,000. So the truck segment is surprising. I was expecting to see a lot more American brands in this segment, but there's only one, and we're going to jump right in. And that one is the Ford Ranger, and that has a price of $22,225 up to $34,000. And then we have the twins from Toyota. We have the Toyota Tacoma, which is around $23,300 to $44,475, and then the Toyota Tundra, which is around $30,000 to $49,000. Now remember, those are Toyota products, the Tundra, the Tacoma, and the 4Runner that came. Those are the ones with the old engines, not the boosted 4-cylinder engines. So the older ones, they seem to be holding up in price and reliability. The new Toyota products, not so much. Okay, so that's it for the list of recommended 3-year-old cars from Consumer Reports that you should buy. Please remember to leave the make, model, and age of your car in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.